Moms, ladies, young women, we want you to know this today. Because in a lot of ways, this message that I'm bringing to you this morning, it's countercultural. What I'm saying to you today kind of goes against the grain of our society, what they would try to tell us and sell us. To be honest, I feel very sorry for you moms when you have to go out shopping with your daughters today. Doesn't seem like there's much out there to buy that a woman of noble character would wear. So what I would like to say to you today, maybe the world's wrong. Maybe they're wrong. I think they are. I really don't have a chip on my shoulder when it comes to society, but sometimes I think the entertainment industry, the clothes industry, and the media has done a great disservice to women, because sometimes the message they send is that a woman's value is only found in her outward beauty. And that's demeaning, and it's certainly not true. Ladies, you need to know today that your character is far more valuable than your beauty. But check this out. You also need to know this. When we begin to unwrap this, ladies, you need to know that your character is the truest form and the truest basis of your beauty, because real beauty is always lasting beauty. I asked Kenzie if I could talk about her today. She said no. I said, what about if I give you $10? She said, okay. So I'm going to talk about my daughter. For her 15th birthday, I took Kenzie to Beauty and the Beast, and it was a big deal. And that day, that morning, Kenzie had been a little hateful with Edith in the morning. She's kind of like me. She gets that from me, not from her wonderful mother. You know, I just don't like getting up in the morning, neither does she. She'd been a little hateful, and I hadn't been able to take care of it that morning. So when I got home that night, I said, Kenz, you are going to have to apologize to your mom and make this right before we go out. Well, she didn't like that idea. She didn't think it was a very good idea or necessary. So I said, well, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to handle this. I said, I want you to go upstairs, and I want you to write out the love chapter. She doesn't even have to open the Bible now. She just has it memorized. She knows it. I speak with the tongues of men and angels. Write out the love chapter. I'm kidding. She's a big girl. Write out the love chapter, spend a little time with Jesus, and then come back down a different person, and then we're going to go have a wonderful evening together. Here's the thing. When I had come home from work, Kenzie was already dressed and ready, and she looked beautiful. But there was something a little missing, because there was a little problem with the inner beauty thing. And so, you know what Kenzie did? She's a good girl again. She walked up the stairs, she wrote out the love chapter, had a little talk with Jesus, and she came back down, and you know what? I didn't even have to look at her. Everything was different. And she walked over to her mom, hugged her mom, and said she was sorry. And let me tell you something. She was never more beautiful than when she put her arms around her mom's neck and hugged her and said that she was sorry. You see, when we allow our character to develop into inner beauty, and then we let that radiate from our life, it causes women to be extra beautiful. The rest of the story is that Kenzie and I had an evening together that I'll never forget the rest of my life, because she just radiated beauty the rest of the night. She was beautiful both inside and outside. I'll pay you $10 when I get home. Okay. Moms, ladies, young women, I want to affirm, I am so passionate about this. I have to be honest, as I've prepared and thinking about you, I've wept for you and the world that you live in today. I really want you to hear this message. I want you to know this. Your character, ladies, is the greatest commodity you have to radiate beauty. Your character is the greatest commodity that you have to radiate beauty. And when I look around this room today at the wonderful moms, the wonderful women, and the wonderful young ladies in this place, I want you to know that the character you possess, the character, the beauty that you possess, flows from your character. And the reason this beauty is far more valuable than diamonds or rubies or anything you might wear externally is because it's a beauty that flows out of your heart. Because it's a beauty that finds its home in the strength and the value of your character. And ladies, that is the greatest commodity of beauty that you possess. Character is the basis for real beauty because character can provide you with lasting beauty. So ladies, I want you to know we affirm your beauty today. Now, don't get me wrong, we are very grateful that you take care of yourselves on the outside and that you look beautiful on the outside, but we are even more grateful that you are beautiful on the inside. Let's watch this. Needs out of me. Well, here's how. Verse 30 kind of puts this all together for us. It says, charm is deceptive. So why would Lemmy's mom tell him that charm is deceptive? Probably because charm is based on personality. So therefore, charm can be deceptive. And beauty is fleeting. That one's pretty easy to figure out, right? Beauty is here today and gone tomorrow. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. So she says to Lemuel, her son, here's what you need to look for. Here's the foundation that a noble wife understands and builds her character on. Check this out, ladies. But the woman who does what? But the woman who fears the Lord, say it with me, that's great. But the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So, it's more important to be beautiful inside than outside. Because character is more valuable than beauty. And the key to character is the fear of the Lord. Now, I'll be honest, this sounds a little foreign to us, doesn't it? Well, why should I fear God? God doesn't want me to be scared of him. But there must be something to these words because this, ladies, it's the advice, the strong advice that the king's mother gave to her son. This proverb is a mom's idea of how a woman and a wife should develop character. So, how does a woman live a lifestyle of fearing the Lord? What does that look like practically? I've asked my wife Edith to come and read this proverb because I think it sounds much better coming from a woman than a man because it was inspired by a woman. But as she reads this proverb, this advice that the king's mother gave to him, ladies, I want you to keep this in mind. No woman that I know of has ever lived up to Proverbs 31. This is a picture of an ideal wife, a perfect wife, and in some ways, it is a little unrealistic, but there are some real good life lessons to be considered from this proverb. So Edith, you come and read for us.
A good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. Never spiteful, she treats him generously all her life long. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. She's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. She's up before dawn preparing breakfast for her family and organizing the day. She looks over a field and buys it. Then, with money she's put aside, plants a garden. First thing in the morning, she dresses for work, rolls up her sleeves, eager to get started. She senses the worth of her work, is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. She's skilled in the crafts of home and hearth, diligent in homemaking. She's quick to assist anyone in need. She reaches out to the poor. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. Their winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear. She makes her own clothing and dresses in colorful linens and silks. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers. She designs gowns and sells them, brings the sweaters she knits to the dress shops. Her clothes are well made and elegant, and she always faces tomorrow with a smile. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say, and she always says it kindly. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household and keeps them all busy and productive. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you outlast them all. Charm can mislead, and beauty soon fades. The woman to be admired and praised is the woman who lives in the fear of God. Give her everything she deserves. Festoon her life with praises.